Welcome to the Taglish podcast that asks the big questions in a lighter tone. Kari pa ba? Kari pa ba? This translates to the Filipino slang, can I still carry on? It's for my Filipinos and Filipinas out there that feel stuck, feel a little bit lost in your 20s, or just want to take a little bit of a breather. Sa mga madaming gustong gawin pero di alam kung paano kakayanin. So, welcome. I'm your host, Kai, and this will be a space for you guys to take your life a little bit lightly, allowing ourselves to ask the big questions without the pressure of having it all figured out. Welcome to episode 2. So guys, I have a guest today and she's very pilit actually. It's very last minute and she just came here to my flat to make some bread, but I told her let's film a podcast. So here she is. She let me introduce her real quick. She is 26, 7. She's 27 years of age. She's from the province of Bacolod. She's very pretty. She's really good with her hands. She knows how to twerk. Wow, she's actually twerking right now. And she has a syndrome. She's really good with her hands. She will explain to us why she's good with her hands. Please welcome Trixia Magusara. Ayan.
Hey!
Welcome. Welcome.
Ay! Welcome to me!
Wow, welcome to
wait
the
lang, wait
guys.
How do I... Okay, position yourself. Let's come around. Good morning, everyone.
She's Ilonggo. She can understand Tagalog, speak English. She's
Yeah. I can speak Spanish, Italian, French. I'm joking. Hi,
okay.
everyone. I am Trix. I am from the town of Epping. Town of Epping. No, yeah, I live in Epping and I'm from Bacolod, as she mentioned. And I do pottery as a living.
So, do you want to say hi to Catherine Bernardo listening right now?
Yes! Charot! Fangirling.
Yeah, that is the goal of my podcast, to hopefully reach a lot of Filipinos and hopefully the influencers and celebrities
Fingers
as
crossed.
well. Because wala lang, trip ko lang actually. If this doesn't, I'm fine. If this does, then it will be amazing.
Yeah.
Because I like to talk anyway. And I like to ask people questions. Actually, my friend Jan, she was like, you ask people a lot of good questions, so you should do a podcast. Or you should be a journalist, so you should interview people.
And you like to write and stuff like that. So
Do you agree?
maybe.
So, I just complimented you. I told you you're good with your hands. So, why are you good with your hands?
I think I'm good with my hands because I know dirty yarn. No, well, I do pottery as a living first, and you definitely use your
What do you
hands a
do with
lot.
your pottery? Can you show?
Yeah, so I mold things. I mold things. Yeah, so I do pottery, I tablewares. I also try and learn how to sew. And what do you call this? Baking. So because baking is like really similar to what do you call this? Ceramics. Yeah.
And we're actually baking something special
You're
right
baking,
now.
of course.
It took us almost
A day.
3-4 hours. Quite a long process.
Quite a long process, yeah.
But it's really worth it. It's very, you put a lot of effort into something and it's gonna come out really nice. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, so what are we gonna talk about today?
Joke lang.
Chika lang. Chika lang.
Yeah.
Am I gonna speak English, Tagalog,
Up to you, whatever comes out of your mouth. It will reach, hopefully, the Taglish people out there. So, why?
Why?
Okay, why pottery? Why pottery?
Well, at first, I'm always like creative. When I was in the Philippines, like, what do you call this? I'd always like wanted to do something with my hands. So I'm like so creative in my own way. So
you like to draw.
I would do craft. I had a project when I was like in primary school. One of my classmates would say, "You didn't do that. You didn't make that because it's so good." That's what they.
What did you make?
I think it was like some kind of like crafty that there's like a house and then there's like road and then there's like mga palayan and everything. Palayan is like rice terraces.
So you
and
did like
stuff.
a 3D
So
model.
I've made it's more like 2D.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I made like mango seeds connected together.
Oh, that's
like
really
with eggs. It's
specific.
very crafty.
And then you glued it
And
on
then I glued it on. So I think it's part of our project
Ah.
when we were like in primary. Yeah. And then I kind of like I really enjoyed it, stuff like that. And then yeah, people would tell me, "No, you didn't make that. Someone else did that."
You
And
know
I'm like,
what's so
okay.
funny? When we have projects like that, I make my yaya do it.
Oh my god! There you go. So she's a cheetah.
Cheetah. No, I always make someone else do it
Okay,
because I
go
don't
on.
know what to do.
Oh yeah.
Ah, well, it's just long. That's why. For
Mm.
me, being creative is long.
Yeah, well, for me, that's like I really enjoy.
Mm-mm.
And then I've got this one person that like made something like kissing his hands with some kind of like mud,
Okay.
and that really kind of inspired me. I want to do that, but I didn't know what to do before.
Yeah, and
And-
I know you came to the UK when you were 17.
Yeah, 17.
So since
And then I didn't know clay.
you didn't know clay
No,
then,
didn't
but
know
did you
clay.
have an idea that you're gonna be a
No,
potterist?
when I came here, I applied to become a doctor.
Huh?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that,
Doctor
girl.
of
We're not
what?
best friends.
Doctor of
Oh my
what?
gosh.
What type of
Well, I
doctor?
don't know exactly yet because that's what I was like. Because obviously, to become a doctor, you have to go on first phase, so you have to be
In college,
like in
da-da-da.
college doing like general stuff and things like that. And then when you go, yeah.
What college courses did you do?
I did art and design in college.
Yeah,
but
but then-
before that, I applied like to become a doctor. So meaning you have to go to like some kind of no, you have to study first, like I think some kind of like nursing or medicine. No, nursing. And then after college, you have to decide to go to uni, and then you have to do medicine.
Yeah.
And then after
which
that,
is
you'll do a bit of
apprentice.
placement.
Yeah.
Which is your apprentice. And then after the placement, so it's kind of like a long process, and it made me realize like
It's
I'm not gonna
for-
do this.
It's not for
But
you.
really, if you think about it, I did college and I did ceramic design for like 6 years.
Yeah.
So like
6 years?
yeah, 3 years college and 3 years ceramic design. So yeah, and then it just kind of like, you know what? I'm better than this. Like I'm more creative than slicing someone's body. Like butcher. Yeah, slicing someone's
And
body.
stitching, that's
and
technically sewing.
Yeah, so
sewing.
the thing is though, really like why I wanted to become a doctor, because when I was in secondary school, kind of like a trivia about me, I was a student of what they call a science, technology, and engineering. So that's very like that's your goal basically, is either to become an engineer, doctor, like science is all about science.
She's best in science, guys.
No,
She's really best in science. She knows a lot about science.
I just love science. That's all. Do I be like every bit of living all about science? Yeah. So and then I was like, no, I wanted to be a bit more creative, and then because my mom, fun fact, she does watercolor painting, and then she kind of like inspired me to do something with my hands, because I thought I've got that already, that I want to further that. And
do you think you can do like the same watercolor paintings as your mom?
I can, but I'm not patient enough. Because in
Mm.
watercolor, you have to be really patient with like what do you call that? Layers and layers and stuff. So
that's true.
What I'd love before about like drawings and stuff, I'd love to be doing like more pencils. So pencil drawings rather than watercolor.
And shading.
Yeah, exactly.
You can be a good tattoo artist.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. Because I like, good idea.
Yeah. In another life, in another
change
universe.
maybe.
So, I don't know if I want to ask your advice for other people out there that don't know what they're doing. Do you have any advice?
For me, advice, I feel like sometimes you just go with the flow. Because whatever's for you is for you. Yeah!
But what if there's no flow to
So-
go? Like,
so,
there's
like-
no opportunity for them? Or...
I don't think
I don't know.
everyone's phase of life has nowhere to go. There's always something. For example, for me, I wanted to be, like a doctor, let's say. And
Mm-mm.
then I ended up becoming a ceramicist, or what you call
Is that what you?
if you think about it, like I would never expected I would become like that. And then years and years and years that I've been doing it, I went home to Philippines, and then I spoke to my family, my dad's side, and then you know what they mentioned? You know what? Sa Silay City bala, we used to run business.
Pottery.
You know the pottery business that you
The-
cook on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
they used to
one.
run that. And
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
what? Yeah. So sometimes, like, whatever para sa akon, whatever, like, comes na sometimes, like, for example, you think, hindi para sa imo or para sa imo, may ara gid siya, like, para sa imo gid ya. Amo na. So, para sa akon, ano lang, I think it's because of my experience. It's kind of like just went with the flow. Just
Yeah,
go with the
sorry,
flow, go with the talent that I want. Doka wala ko yung plan na, oh, this is the job that I want. So when I was in college, like when I did art and design, if you think about it, that's art and design. That's like general drawings, paintings, sculpture. So there's like there's no specific niche to it. So I'm like, okay, I just like this. Da, da, da. It basically became like a hobby rather than a study.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the downside about it? What I don't like about it is just the research, because I'm not that. I'm not an
You're
academic.
not the word
Yeah.
essay type of girl. You'd
Yeah.
rather do
No.
stuff.
That's why we're so opposite. Because you
Yeah,
are like
I
that.
am the
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah.
I would rather read
Mm.
than
Yeah.
do stuff with my hands.
Exactly. So yeah, that's that. I'd rather do something with my hands than read.
Yeah, that's true.
So opposite.
That's
yeah,
true.
than read. So yeah, like I wanna. And then when I got introduced to clay, I'm like, I love this, and then I went to uni, and then it just sort of happened. There's no plan.
There's no plan.
It just happened through the years, through experience.
Yeah,
through the years. Makapiright ka, girl.
Sorry.
Makapiright ka.
Sorry,
Yeah,
go
so
on.
through the years, I worked as a barista. So that where was the table where it was from? I worked in Oliver Bonas, that's where I kind of got inspired by having my own business. So that's really the big thing. Although when I was little, I said I really want to be a businesswoman. Though I don't know yet. But yeah, that's kind of like one. So there's always going to be something that will guide your way.
There's always gonna be another mountain. And I always gonna wanna make it move.
I'm not copyright. Sorry, you get ano.
We shall now move on to my favorite segment, where we just talk about nonsense things.
Nonsense things.
So I will ask you about 2 pet peeves
Okay.
and 1 big trigger to get to know you as a person, rather than just what you do and why you do it.
Okay.
So, and then I'll do the same as well. I'll give you 2 triggers. 2 triggers.
Triggered yarn.
2 pet
carry
peeves.
pa.
But, 2 pet peeves and then 1 trigger.
Sige.
So, what's your first pet peeve?
My first pet peeve.
Pet
See,
peeve.
I'm like pet peeve. There. No, because like actually, ging pilit. Yan lang ko ni.
Madala na yung pet mo. Because we're doing pet peeves, so we need to represent
pet peeve.
This is my pet peeve.
Yeah, we've got Soba with us, little girl.
If you're watching the video, guys, well done.
Well done. Pero
It's gonna be on YouTube.
upload.
Yeah, but now you look nice, so it's
No,
okay.
I
It's okay to
don't.
upload.
Wow, so really, I don't look nice, ganun. You're so fake. You're so fake.
Ano na pet peeve
Sige,
mo?
my
One
pet
peeve.
Okay. Okay. So I've got a pet peeve. Ara ba lang, you know when the people post something on social media just because it's popular.
Example.
Like for example, let's say, I know this is like sounds funny, but let's say what they call a 420. So that's like, I don't know if you know about that. It's like April 20, I think. and it's more like it's for like a weed day. Yeah, I know it's
Yeah.
like so weird to talk
Yeah.
about it, but I don't even know about it myself.
But you know people that
Until
do.
I knew that everyone like started posting about 420, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then even kids are also like following 420,
Kids?
and I'm like, yeah, because just because they don't know about it,
Okay,
and
that's
it's because it's
strange.
popular, they would do it in social media. And then let's say Taylor Swift, because it's Taylor Swift concert today, and then everyone would post that whoever went to the concert, and then these people like would also post, oh, I like this Taylor Swift, like they're gonna share basically like a video or photo, they're gonna share it just because it's popular,
It's
but they're not
popular
really
right
a
now.
fan. So it's kind
Mm.
of like just I know, like
Just because it's
just because
trending.
it's trending. Like I get the idea of maybe you want to be in the algorithm. Like
Mm.
I get it, but sometimes you don't need to be fake to.
But how do you feel about like influencers that do trends?
Well, that's the thing, because that's their jobs, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like doing influence things like that. But I'm not necessarily talking about that. I'm not
Mm.
necessarily talking about like mga influencers. It's just like these random people that would post something that they don't know about, and then they would just because it's popular, they
Mm.
would do it. It's just like,
Yeah.
can you like stop? And then all of my social media posts, everyone's like that. And I'm
I
like,
get you. I
oh
get.
my god.
Is that on Instagram or on Facebook or both?
Both.
Really?
But the thing is though, with my Instagram, I mainly open like my business on Instagram. So I'd say like Facebook. Just because
Mm.
Facebook is more like personal
Yeah.
rather than like business. So
Mm.
I always see like everyone posting about this,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and they don't know if they don't just
They
so
don't
for
really
example, it's
know.
popular, you would know, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's say, oh, this is a popular top, this is popular jeans I would wear, I would post it. So that's fine, it's normal. Like influencers, they know this music, I would do this because I know. But there are some people that would post something that they don't know about it, that I'll just post it because it's popular. So it's just
Yeah.
like
I get you. I get
weird.
that is a bit annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I see it
I'm
all the time. So I'm like,
yeah. I'm gonna piggyback. Piggyback.
piggyback.
Piggyback off the what you said about Taylor Swift.
Uh-huh.
Because one of my pet peeves is actually when I ask people, "Oh, do you listen to Taylor Swift?" and they said yes, and I get really excited. I'm like, "Oh, so you know the lore, you know the story, like
Uh-huh.
her first album, so you must listen to a lot of her songs."
Yeah.
And they say, "Yeah, yeah, I love Taylor Swift. I
Uh-huh.
know this many facts
Yeah.
about her. I have a
Mm-hmm.
fan account." Da, da, da. And then I ask, "So what's your favorite song?" And they say like the most basic things like "Shake It Off" or like the radio songs,
Uh-huh.
most basic songs like "Bad
Mm-hmm.
Blood."
Mm.
Shake It Off,
Love
Love
story.
Story. I mean, I get that it's
Yeah.
a good song for a
Mm-hmm.
reason. It's
Mm-hmm.
top of the charts for a reason. But if that's the only thing you know about her, then you're not really a fan.
I guess so.
I
Like for
feel.
me, like let's say I'm not a 100% fan. I'm just like a silent fan. Unlike you have
Mm.
like the album, etc. Like for me, I would go to her concert
Yeah.
because I like her as a person, something like that. But I don't listen to her every day.
Yeah.
Although it's just because I know her, I like her music, but I personally do not like. For example, if I were to choose two things, she wouldn't possibly be my I know like my first choice. But then I would, like, if I see her, of course,
Yeah.
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. But
Of
yeah,
course.
I get your point
Yeah.
of, yeah. So it's pretty much like very similar to what I said as well.
Yeah, just like following
Yeah,
the trend. Yeah,
yeah,
I get
just
that.
because it's trending and stuff,
Mm.
and yeah. So good, we
It's
got similarities.
Hey, that's why we're friends.
Sure.
No. Okay, what's your next pet peeve?
Next pet peeve. Oh my god, it's so hard to think about. Another pet peeve would be when you're working, like there's no I don't know like specifically what it's called. Like when you're working on like a certain area. Let's say you're in the kitchen and then you need like let's say the scissors was there. Yeah. And then
Next to you.
someone just next to me, and then suddenly it's gone because someone took it away just because they need it. Like I get it, but like you know, when like you're so busy and then you're so focused with things, and then someone or this person would like take something and then put it aside somewhere else and stuff. So it's just like when you need it, like straight away, it kind of like, oh my god, like
Why did you move
yeah,
it?
because it happened to me like in school before. I don't exactly remember already, like with experiences and stuff, but like, you know, all these things like, why did you move it? Oh, I need it now. Yeah, so you just have those moments. Although sometimes I don't get like triggered about it. It's just most of the time.
not
Sometimes,
not
most of the
sometimes,
time.
but it's actually most of the time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you're with Trix, don't move things.
Yeah, like for example, if we are cooking and then you would put that thing away,
The
like
luwag somewhere else.
yeah, the luwag, yeah, the luwag
Yeah.
somewhere else, and I still need it.
And
Like,
then put it in the sink.
yeah, like
Yeah.
not yet, and
Yeah.
unless I've got something else to use, then that's fair. Like,
Mm.
unless I've got like another thing to use, then that's okay. But like if
Mm.
it's only one thing and it's not there and I really need it, like that's really
Mm-mm.
my you know, like trigger.
I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've experienced that with you,
No.
but
No.
yeah.
Because so far, all the people
So far, so
recently- so
good.
far so good. That was more like when I was working with people, when I used to work like as a barista, for example.
Mm.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mainly all my pet peeves happen when I used to work with
used
people.
Now she works by herself. So
Now I
she's
work by
fine.
myself, so there's
She
like
doesn't
no
have a
issue.
pet peeve anymore.
Actually, yeah, it's so true. It's so true. Working on your own, it's good. It's sometimes unhealthy because obviously you don't talk to anyone and stuff like that.
But you do. You don't talk to
Yeah,
a lot of
I still do, but like sometimes it's so much better. Like as much as possible, you know, like when you need to clean something, at least it's your mess. Like if you're at work
There's no burden.
and then you just look at it and then someone has to do it because you're doing something but no one's doing it, and then you have to do it. Oh my god, girl,
Oh my
trigger.
god. Oh my god. Let me piggyback again. Let me piggyback again.
relate.
So I relate to that. I'm gonna take it a
Yeah.
little bit further.
That's a pet peeve,
Ah,
is
that's
it?
pet peeve. So
Okay.
my next pet peeve is when I'm cleaning
Oh.
or when I'm doing something, I'm cooking or I'm like, I guess cooking is fine. I like to cook by myself anyway
Because
because
we're talking about
there's
cooking
not
anyway,
like
so
enough
the
kitchen
context.
space.
Mhm.
So sometimes I just know what to do. I don't want
Okay.
people to help.
Uh-huh.
But in terms of cleaning, when I'm cleaning and I don't see people around me cleaning and it's still messy, why are you not helping me? Why can't you use your initiative?
You did mention that quite a lot before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just use your initiative to be like, what can I do to make her feel make what she's doing quicker? Then you help, like if I'm doing the kitchen, then maybe you should just tidy up a little bit on the living room.
Yeah, help out.
And then we go to hala, do I name drop?
Is that
Okay.
Sure.
So yeah. I'm not gonna
Someone's
name
gonna
drop.
listen to this.
I'm not gonna name drop,
yeah.
but I just
At
would
work,
just be
at work.
at work and in other settings. Like
Yeah.
when you go on holiday. I think it's just common sense, you know.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to read the room, I feel like it's a skill to know how to read the room.
Yeah.
Not even with cleaning. Sometimes it's like you try and make sure you accommodate to the mood of everyone when you're going out.
I feel like also it's kind of part of your lifestyle or how you grow up as a person. Because sometimes like these people are used to, you know, being followed by their parents and stuff like that, by like cleaning their houses. It's like parenting, I guess, as well is also important.
Yeah. That's
because
true.
sometimes some people don't really have like that initiative to do it because they're not being taught to
Being
do
taught
it.
at a young age.
Like
Therefore, they just do whatever they want.
Exactly. Yeah, like for me, it's not really my pet peeve, although it's annoying. But sometimes, you know what, I'll
You
just
let
do
it
it.
pass. You let it pass.
I don't let it pass, I'll just do it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's like for me, like I'll just do it. But sometimes I'm like, okay, grumpy, da 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 da. But then after
But
that,
then you're
I forget.
grumpy.
no, but then after that it's done because I don't see it anymore.
That's true.
Yeah, the thing is though, you can do mess in your room, in your house.
Mm-mm.
That's totally fine. But then
Mm-mm.
when you are at work, it's
With
completely
other
different.
people, in the environment.
Yeah, or if you're living with other people in the house as well, it's completely different.
Oh, I have a friend that just told me yesterday, actually.
Wow.
This friend, I'm not gonna name who this person is. She said that when she cleans her house, she puts her boyfriend to the room. Like, I don't want to see you. You go to the room. I don't want to see you.
That's how my mom. when we're not in the house when we come back. Actually, that's so me as well.
I don't want to see you when I'm trying to clean because you're not helping. So go in.
Oh, my one is different.
I know.
If you leave me, I'm alone. When you come back, the house is clean. That's
because you like it.
I like it. No one's there. I like to clean when no one's there
because there's no interruption.
It's so funny because I have this funny thing about me that, for example,
funny.
Yeah, because for example, my parents would go out, yeah, and then they're like out for like an hour. I would like do something, and then they're like coming back, maybe 10 minutes. They'll be here. I'll be like rushing, and then I just want this cleaner. And then so when they get home, like it's not. It's for me. It's like a little bit competition for myself. Like I don't know,
that.
it's a bit of adrenaline. It's a bit of adrenaline. Like okay, when they arrive, it shouldn't be here. It's not about like them telling me to clean. It's just me that kind of like I don't know. It's just I don't like sometimes I like to clean just myself, like no one's watching me and stuff. Yeah.
Do you like pretend that you're in PBB when you clean?
Oh yes, sometimes because we watch a lot of PBB, so I think it's already in our lifestyle.
I feel like in our there's cameras around me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get nominated, so I'm gonna clean.
Yes, we're gonna clean. I think I'll be that housemate, like cleaning and stuff. We should do an episode about PBB next time.
Oh yeah,
I think that would be good.
Sa una, napilitan ka lang sa mga rika na diyan. We should do that.
I'll give you ideas.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Sure.
Okay.
Shake hands. Basa ka mo.
Dati ka pa.
Basa ka mo.
You're disgusting.
It's actually basa.
I don't want to touch it. That's okay.
Mga pasmado.
Pero may mga tao nga, that's their pet peeve. Actually, sige, madagdag.
Ano,
one more pet peeve.
Sure.
And you know these people that, I don't know, like, I don't understand. No. Speaking of, like, hands and stuff, may mga tao nga, they like feet, right? I don't know if that's a pet peeve.
What do they do with their feet?
It's called fetish.
Yeah, but like, do they just like feet?
Yeah, there are some
For
people.
what?
Oh my god, speaking of, there's like a random person that called me. I don't know, I'm not gonna say that anymore. Hindi na lang.
Asking you to show your feet.
Yeah! Show my feet! And I'm like, oh my god. I was in the middle of like my class and work. And then like this, obviously I answered it just because I wasn't doing something, but I was in the middle of my class. Actually, I was about to start the class, and my students was there.
You got a phone call. What did the guy say?
I was like, "Can I see your feet?" And I'm like, I had to repeat it like over and over because I thought I just misheard it. And then, you know, because I have a business to look after, so I thought I don't want to be rude or something. Yeah. I even messaged the person. I was like, "Can you please message me?" And then you know what he sent me?
I know.
I messaged you. That's all.
That's it.
He sent me. I messaged you. Because I asked him, "Can you please message me or message whatever you said?"
I feel like it's a prank.
It's a prank. But like the fact that, oh my god, yeah. So it's like, yeah, that's one thing.
I like my feet. I don't like other people's feet. I like my.
You like to massage feet. Yeah. No, like mga tao, like they, you know, they just like feet. It's called fetish, and I'm like, I don't know. Do you like my feet?
So if I touch your feet, you don't like
mind.
it? Okay.
No, I don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Show the camera.
I don't mind. No, it's just those people that it's different. Although I have to respect it, I guess, because there are people that like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. I just found it weird. Yeah. I don't think it's a pet peeve, I guess. I just like it just kind of reminded me because you obviously mentioned about your hats.
So you actually had really good pet peeves, and
thank
we
you.
share a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Or do you agree?
Yeah, we actually had a few similarities. I think like some pet peeves are quite common anyway. Yeah, so I think
I
that's where we
agree.
met.
So I think we went a little bit over time, and we're not gonna do the
Yeah,
serious
we'll
ones.
watch out later.
I think Trix really likes being a guest, so I think I'm gonna bring her again, even though she was very hesitant.
At first, I was like hesitant because I don't know what to say, and then second, she pushed me to like
Push
just
gid
do it.
ya?
Pushed me. She pushed me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wasn't prepared basically.
Yeah,
and then,
because I feel like if I told you, you're gonna run away. You know?
I guess no, not really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was good. Anyway, I think I had to like come out from my box or break the ice.
Wow.
Big word.
Break the ice?
Yeah, just
I like
break your
ice.
ice. Just come out from your box, come out from a comfort zone, and you'll be a bit more comfortable.
Okay, so dyan nagtatapos yung podcast namin, guys.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed listening to our chika.
Thank you for having
And
me.
we literally revealed our secrets, you know, our pet peeves. I hope you guys don't judge us because that's also our pet peeve. Char. Yeah. So, yeah, bye. See you next time.
Bye. Love you too. Meet you.
Meet you.
Meet you. Because you were already there before.
No, so sweet. Okay, bye.